Hi, my name's Toni Sakaguchi, and I'm an instructor here at the Culinary Institute of America at Greystone. And today I'm going to demonstrate how to prepare an Indian spice tamarind sauce. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is toast some spices and pop some spices. And one of the key things this is an Indian dish, and one of the key things about working with spices in the Indian kitchen is that generally the whole spices that you're going to use will be popped first in a little bit of oil to make a fragrant flavored oil that will infuse the rest of the ingredients in the dish. And then later on, when you add in your ground spices, such as spices like usually it's coriander and cayenne pepper, that those would go in later so that they don't burn. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is take our pan, put it over medium-low heat, and we're going to add some oil to it. And this is just canola. Okay. And then we're going to let the oil just heat up. And what we're going to do is drop a couple of pieces of black mustard seeds in here. And what we're looking for is for this to start popping like popcorn. Okay, once it starts to sizzle a little bit, then we know the oil's ready to add in the rest of the spices, or the whole spices. Okay? You always want to have a lid close by because like popcorn, it wants to pop out of the pan. So you always want to have one close by to put a lid on while you're cooking. Okay, so we'll heat this up. Once you start to see the mustard seeds starting to pop, you can see it bubbling a little bit, we'll add the remaining black mustard seeds. You can see them sizzling. We're going to add some fenugreek, a little bit of a whole red chili, and then some curry leaves. And so with curry leaves, we're going to add them in whole for visual. We're going to go ahead and just pull this stem out here. Okay, add those in for just a second. You can hear it starting to sizzle and pop. Okay, and what this will do is create a really fragrant, flavored oil that will cook the remaining ingredients in. Okay. Okay. And the main thing on this is you just want to make sure that you don't burn them. Okay. So you can see the mustard seeds start to change color. They become more gray. And at this point, we're going to add some diced onions. Okay? Now, the diced onions, what they do is they cool down the oil so that the mustard seeds and the spices don't burn anymore. So they allow you to now cool down the pan, and you can go ahead and cook this until the onions are nice and caramelized. Okay, so we'll let this go. Okay. We're going to add a pinch of salt. Okay, and a tiny bit of pepper. And we'll let this go. Okay. So this sauce would be a great sauce for poaching any sort of fish in here, like Alaskan halibut or salmon, or even what I'm going to do later is poach some black cod. Okay, crab would also be delicious in a sauce like this too. So at this point, the onions are starting to brown and the spices are just cooked through. We're going to reduce the heat slightly to medium, and now we're going to add in our ground spices. So we have some coriander, cumin, cayenne, turmeric, and some black pepper that's ground up. We're going to throw this in here and then stir it around. Also, serrano chili that's just been cut in half. That way you can fish it out if you want to later, but it'll also allow the heat from the core to infuse the dish. And then 2 pieces of sliced ginger. Okay, we're going to saute these for just a second. You can smell the spices. Okay, and then we're going to add some water to cool the pan. Okay, and next what we're going to do is add in our tamarind right here. Pour this in, some coconut milk, and a little bit more water. Okay. Okay. Now we'll bring this up to simmer and we'll adjust our heat. Okay. Okay. Give it a pinch of salt. And you want to keep the consistency kind of light because you're going to poach some seafood in here. Maybe some, we're going to poach some black cod in here later. And that way it will poach nicely. The fish will also infuse into the sauce, giving it a richer flavor too. Okay?